Oh man, it's good, everybody. Gotta do one quick little thing here. You're probably wondering what the hell happened. Didn't I just go live? Yeah, but this is why I really should not do these late night streams when I'm damn near ready to pass out. Because I realized after I tried it the first time, my shirt was on backwards. Telling you guys, the Browns turned my brain to mush this year. It was without a doubt one of the worst seasons I've ever seen. Was this season worse than the one win in 2 years that we endured under Hugh? Yeah. Why? It's simple. This team had expectations. These teams didn't. Right? So yeah. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with a very special Crazy Dog After Dark live stream for you guys. Take two. Yeah, this is why I usually don't stream late at night a whole lot. Unless I'm feeling good, right? I'm feeling energized. Because had a long day today, you know. Got some stuff done around the house and stuff, you know. Went do a little shopping, you know. Do some stuff, some errands. And of course, I'm kind of getting a little loopy. As you guys probably saw in my last attempt at this stream, right? And ah, I didn't realize until after my stream that I had my shirt on backwards. So yeah, of course it's very hard to tell because I mean, both sides have a design that you would usually see on the front of a shirt, right? Haven't seen you since Royal Rumble, but give me some Myles Garrett news, homie. What's up, Quandale? I always forget you have a new channel now. Tomas Carrasco. I'll be getting to that in a minute. But from what I'm hearing, doesn't sound like he's going anywhere. No. Like teams have tried. They've called many, many times. But Andrew Berry's been very dug in on the whole he ain't going nowhere sentiment, right? He's like, he ain't going nowhere. We have to trade him. It's not like his expiring contract. Speaking of contracts, though, you guys see the title, right? Extension incoming. Sounds like it. Will I trade Myles for the right price? If the right price involved like 3 first rounders and many other picks, considering he's a, defensive player of the year, one of the best pass rushers in the league, and he's got multiple years left on his contract, it would have to be like a ginormous package, a monumental package, a package that would blow my pants off if I'm Andrew Berry for me to make that move, for me to trade away Myles Garrett. Other than that, I'm not trading him. It's funny because I was reading the forums and stuff, and it seems like Myles knows he's going to be getting an extension. I feel like this trade request was a way for Myles to motivate the front office to be aggressive, to not rest on their laurels. Right? It's like, oh, I'm gonna make sure y'all ain't just gonna sit back and, act like everything's all good, right? Because it's not. You're coming off a 3-win season, and the fans are pissed. And the players as a whole are pissed as well. Because we wasted another year of Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Joe Patonia, who might retire this offseason. JOK had a neck injury. He freaking putting his body on the line for that garbage. I don't even know if he's going to play again. Right? The vibe I'm getting is Myles is not going anywhere. He's unmovable at this point. And I can only imagine what Brown's Twitter would look like if he got traded. I don't know what the heck I would do if I looked at Twitter one day and I saw that freaking tweet from Schefter or Rappaport saying that the Browns are trading him. If I saw that tweet pop up on my timeline, the next words out of my mouth would be, what are we getting back? And it'd be a freaking like God package, God tier level package. It better involve like at least 3 first round picks and multiple other picks and maybe even a player. Because you're not trading a defensive player of the year. Could have been 2-time defensive player of the year if this team wasn't as butter all year. You know, he ain't going nowhere. Let me just say that. But instead, he's going to get a fat ass contract, and hopefully, he can stay healthy because he's had health issues the last couple years, especially with, his feet. I guess he had like a foot issue last year, but that went away after a few weeks, and he was back to terrorizing opposing quarterbacks. Just like it also says in the thumbnail and in the title, the Browns started interviewing draft prospects because, in case you haven't heard by now, the NFL scouting combine is this week. In fact, it starts today. Yep. It's already combine week. Feels like the season just ended. That's because it did. But yeah, the Cavs have helped this offseason move lightning quick because I've been so busy enjoying their success that this offseason has essentially flown by. So I'm going to need the Cavs to get me to April for the draft, which they will. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So, as you'd expect, the Browns have interviewed all the top names: Abdul Carter, Shador Sanders, Cam Ward, and Jalen Milroe. I feel like he'll be the quarterback choice if the Browns did not go quarterback at 2. If they went Abdul Carter, if he fell to 2, because there's a lot of talk about him going number 1 overall. If Abdul goes, if Abdul Carter falls to number 2 and we take him, I bet you we're probably going to take Jalen Milroe in the second round. Or what they could also do, jump back into the first round to take Jalen, so then they'd have the 5th-year option. That's why teams would do that, so they can get that 5th-year option with that player. Now, they've also, I guess, been talking to other teams as well about trades, as you'd expect from Andrew Berry, right? But it sounds like we pretty much know who the leaders in the clubhouse are when it comes to who we're going to take at number 2 if the draft was tomorrow. My guess is Shador Sanders, or Cam Ward right now? Because it sounds like Abdul Carter is probably going number one as of right now, heading into the combine. That's the vibe. Now, another name that the Browns are going to be interviewing is Mason Graham from the team up north. Now, do I actually see us taking him? Only if we trade down. Like, I mean, down. Like, damn near, like, lower top 10. Like, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I swear to God, if I see us trade down to, like, 7, 8, or 9, I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Like, you're literally in the catbird seat. You're in a perfect spot. Because you're going to get a top tier player regardless of who's there at number 2. Whether it's Abdul, Travis, Shadur, Cam. It don't matter. You're going to get someone good. If you trade down, bruh, it better be freaking worth it. I swear to God. Oh my God, it's Josh. Hi, Josh. How you doing? Says hola. Yeah, Abdul Carter has a foot injury. I didn't even know. I was like, what the heck? But then I saw on Twitter that, yeah, he has a foot injury and they're talking about possibly having surgery. Now, could you just imagine if Mr. Abdul Carter were to say, maybe fall late first round because of this foot injury, and Andrew Berry pulls the highest of the century, and perhaps maybe trades back up into the first round to take him, and then we maybe come away with a quarterback and Mr. Abdul Carter, yeah, pull off the highest of the century, you know. Well, I'm doing great, Josh. Thanks for asking. He's an Eagle. It's obviously, bro. You think the Browns take Cam Ward? I wouldn't even be mad with that. See it? Browns fans are either going to be doing this, or maybe a little Heisman pose for Travis Hunter. Right? I don't know. I don't think Abdul Carter does any specific poses or anything. Although he does call himself Darth Vader. Okay, so if we take Abdul Carter, oh, Browns fan dressing up as Darth Vader, Og Vader. Oh man, yeah, this off season is going to be as crazy as this live stream has been so far. And like I said, this is why I usually don't like to do these late night streams when I'm practically ready to pass out, because yeah, this is what happens. I get unhinged. And you probably wonder why I don't monetize these streams, because you don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to monetize this stream and have something crazy happen, right? Your friends are Browns fans and they want Carter or Hunter at 2. Yeah, there's a good contingent of Browns fans that want Carter. Like, you go on Browns Twitter. There's a large contingent of Browns fans that want Abdul Carter. And I can only imagine their reaction when the Titans take him at 1. Now, my reaction would be like, okay, cool. Got yourself a nice pass rusher. Too bad your quarterback is still Mayo, man. Ay, ay, ay. Typical Titans. And then what'd be funny is the Browns go and take either Cam Ward or Shador Sanders. And then, they turn into an absolute franchise-altering quarterback, leading us to the promised land. Whereas Abdul Carter's rotting in the mediocrity that is Nashville, Tennessee. Although they will have a new stadium, so there's that. I have Celtics Friday. Who do I got? Who do you think, Quandale? Use the brain meats, huh? Who do you think I'm going to go with? Who do you think? Here's a hint. Not Boston. Because screw those freaking chowderheads. By the way, did you guys see Boston lost to Detroit today? Yo, JB got them boys playing good. Look at the bald bozo. He got the Pistons looking good. Wow. They actually have a chance at a top 4 seed. I can't believe it. The bald bozo has them playing good. But the thing is, that's exactly like what happened with us when he first took over. He's very good when it comes to helping a young team rise to being a playoff contender. Now, once that team is a team like us, like, a veteran team, they've been there before, he has his limit. He can get you there, but he can't get you to the very top. It's the way it is. You know? Do you want the Cavs to play Detroit? Yeah. I mean, I don't really care who we play. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Too sweet, yeah. But yeah, that'd be a fun one on Friday. And of course, I'll be streaming that. You damn right I will be. Oh, yeah, you're gonna be streaming? What's funny? There are probably people that legit wonder, am I gonna be streaming? Like, yeah. You guys should know by now. The only things that would stop me from streaming a Cavs game, especially this Cavs team. My God, I'm trying my hardest to stream every freaking game with this team, man. My God. This is the most fun I've had watching the Cavs since LeBron was here. Like, it's genuine belt to ass every single game. We just beat the crap out of the Magic by 40. The same Magic team that took us to 7 games last year. They looked a lot like the same Magic team from last year, too, on the court. They couldn't hit a damn 3 to save their lives. And we absolutely beat the hell out of them in every aspect. Thank God we hired Kenny. Yeah, Jacob, I don't know what would have happened if we would have hired James Borrego. I don't really want to think about that. Of course, I don't know what would have happened if we would have kept JB either. The locker room might have revolted. Donovan might have requested a trade or something. Or he would have went elsewhere. I always will love Kenny Atkinson because the vibe is completely different in that locker room now. Like, it's crazy what happens with a good coaching staff, especially because we didn't really do anything in free agency. I mean, all we really did was just extend our guys, and we drafted Jalen Tyson, and we only really signed a couple minimum contracts, and JT Thor to a 2-way. That's it. So, yeah, the vibes are insane. But yeah, so combine interviews have begun for the Browns. Gonna be a lot of stuff coming out this week. I can already see it now. Especially because not only is the combine, for the draft, but also free agency. This is where agents and teams start planting the seeds for free agency. Now they don't start discussions, but maybe they be like, "Yeah, my client, insert name here, is interested in your team. What's your what are you guys thinking about this year, huh? You guys looking at any of my clients?" Right? I mean, yeah. Essentially, and also trades too. And speaking of which, how many players were granted permission to seek a trade today? I swear, almost every other tweet I saw was a player getting permission to seek a trade. Harold Landry from the Titans, which that tells me even more that Abdul Carter is probably going to be a Titan. They're going to trade Landry, and they're going to draft Abdul Carter to be his replacement. There you go. It's too obvious. Unless maybe they keep Landry and Jeff Carter kind of sounds a lot like the Browns at that point, right? Also, Deebo Samuel, but we've known that one for a while. Although the Niners essentially came out and said, yeah, he's gone. So we'll see where he ends up. Jair Alexander, that's a shocker. Matthew Stafford, we've already known about that one. Jonathan Allen, I would love him on the Browns, man, but probably not going to happen. And there's probably going to be many, many others coming out over the next few days. And I wonder if we're going to have any sightings in the seats like we did a couple years ago with John Dorsey talking to David Gettleman before the Odell trade. I remember when that happened. Everyone was in an uproar because they saw Gettleman talking to Dorsey, and they were like, "Oh, they're definitely talking Odell Beckham." I can already see it now. And then boom, a few weeks later, Odell Beckham got traded to the Browns. It's going to be nuts. Knowing the Browns, they'll be dumb in the draft. Put that out there, Quandale. Don't give him any ideas. I want Kobe to re-sign Kenny in the offseason since he's a good coach. We sign him. He just signed. He's like, what? They're not going to extend him 1 year after hiring him. Now, if you're going to do anything, you give him a fat ass freaking raise. You add more money to that damn contract. Maybe you even do the same for their assistant coaches, because other teams are looking at those guys with well, again, my brain is freaking mush right now. My God. I need to get to bed, dude. I can barely think. That's what happens when I'm streaming this late at night. But yeah, they have keen interest in some of our assistants. I can already see it now. Stefan wants $50 million a year. Yeah, good luck, Matthew. Have fun with that. But yeah, I figured I'd come on here real quick and just talk about a couple things. Now, 5-year contract. Yeah, he ain't going anywhere. His contract just got started. Now, keep this up for another couple years, then extend him. Not 1 year into his contract. No. If anything, maybe you up his pay a little bit, but I would focus on trying to keep those assistants around. Yeah. Now, with the combine here, and like I said, free agency is about 2 weeks away officially now. As this upcoming Tuesday, March 4th already. Can't believe March is already coming up. God. February flew by so freaking quick. It's insane. But yeah, March 4th is the franchise tag deadline, which also marks the beginning of my yearly Browns free agent target series. Not going to spoil who's going to be in the series, although I'm pretty sure you guys can make your assumptions as to what positions will be featured. I know a lot of people are like, so what are the Browns' needs? Honestly, it'd be easier to name what we don't need, which we need everything. Honestly, you could say the Browns need Jesus, if anything, because, yeah, it's a mess. I mean, literally, I'm looking at the roster right freaking now. They are so thin at some spots on this roster. Oh my God. I mean, the thinnest one I think is probably safety. Swear to God, Andrew, if you do next to nothing to improve this roster, I could see why Miles wants out. Because then he'd be right. You would prove him right. With the fact that you're really not trying to win, are you? I mean, Miles requesting a trade, anything, should be a big old kick in the pants to tell you to get going, get aggressive. Because I'm looking at our free agent class last year, right? Now, these are the guys that we brought in from outside the organization. Honestly, just a bunch of depth signings. No big names at all. The biggest name, in my opinion, was Jordan Hicks. Now, to be fair, they did make a lot of moves. I mean, they traded for Jerry Jeudy, so that's a redeeming factor. But then you look at the guys we kept around. And again, just like the Cavs, they took great care in bringing back good players. Obviously, Shelby Harris, Mo Hurst, the Billy Rubs. Ooh. Honestly, though, that might be one of my favorite sack celebrations ever. Right? He just gets a sack and then starts rubbing the belly, rubbing the belly. But yeah, I think Shelby and Mo Hurst probably had the biggest impact of all the guys we brought back. Prochet didn't really do much. Zadax was actually pretty good. Then he got traded. Michael Dunn didn't really play, and Corey Bojorquez was essentially pretty much our MVP. For the most part, he was one of our best players, which tells you a lot, right? He did a really good job flipping the field. I'll give him that. Going back to our outside free agent class, right? And if you look at my series from last year, my free agent targets, I don't think I picked a single one, did I? You know what? I'm going to look. I'm going to look. Hang on. Oh, yeah, here we go. So Chase Young, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift. I already know I didn't get any of these right. Christian Wilkins. Wow. Not a single one. So bad at doing those. Honestly, I thought the Browns would maybe go after a big name. Get us fired up a little bit. But all they did was just go after a bunch of mid. What's up, Daniel? Again. Maybe Myles Garrett's trade request will give the Browns front office a little kick in the pants to be aggressive in free agency. Before I wrap this up, of course, Kevin Stefanski talked today at the Combine. He said a lot of stuff, but it's the usual, yada yada that you usually hear, talking about current situations, contracts, what they're going to do in the draft. But again, a shout out to my guy, Daniel Oyefusi, arguably my favorite Browns beat writer. He just joined the beat last year. And right away, he was one of my favorites because he was very informative with what he said. This is essentially a synopsis of what Kevin said today or yesterday, now officially, at the Combine when he spoke podium. So from Daniel Oyefusi, and I quote, some additional notes from Kevin Stefanski. The Browns won't return to the Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia for training camp after visiting the last 2 years. Based off of what I saw on social media and what I heard from those who went there, it sounded like that week at the Greenbrier was probably some of the most unserious stuff ever. I mean, it's a resort, so what do you expect, right? But yeah, I'm glad they're not going there anymore because that means the Browns will be starting up training camp with everyone else. Whereas when they were at the Greenbrier, obviously fans couldn't go. So that already meant we had fewer practice sessions, not to mention they're doing construction at the facility. So already limited attendance, and then people already didn't get enough chances to see the team with the limited attendance, but also fewer dates. Not to mention, the joint practices too. So, yeah. I'll see what happens. And speaking of joint practices, looks like they're going to be doing them again. And I've even heard they might have two of them. That'll be fun. They haven't decided what teams, though. We'll probably be hearing about that as we get closer to the schedule release, which comes out shortly after the draft. And then finally, Deshaun Watson has been primarily rehabbing from his second Achilles. Yeah, that's right. He did it not once, but twice. He re injured his Achilles while rehabbing the original injury. Yeah. Bro, I don't know how the heck he gets back on the field at all. Not just with the Browns, but again, his redeeming quality was his mobility. With a clipped Achilles, he might be done in the NFL. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I don't think he takes the field again for the Browns. Not at all. Wouldn't be surprised if the Browns tried to find a way out of the contract via some like injury insurance thing or whatever. But he's been rehabbing in Cleveland, so that's cool, I guess. Right? Probably the most interesting thing is the fact that, heard the usual gabagoo, from coaches, but Stefanski pretty much came out and said, just like Andrew Berry, yeah, Miles ain't going nowhere. Surprise. They're going to give him a fat ass extension, and hopefully he'll be a Brown for his entire career. Now, like I said, I hope that him requesting a trade was just him trying to give the front office a kick in the pants to be aggressive. Give him a little extra juice to be aggressive, knowing that their franchise player put a lot of pressure on them. That's just my theory, though. I don't know. Maybe Miles really does want out, and it doesn't matter what they do. Like, he's still going to want out. Let me just say, though, let me see if there's anything else that was said. Long day. That's for sure. Yeah, Abdul Carter has a stress reaction in his right foot, and the Penn State standout will need to decide soon whether to have surgery, according to Adam Schefter. What else is there? Yeah, Kevin Stefanski was talking about the traits he looks for most in a quarterback: accuracy and decision making, obviously up there. Also, it sounds like Kevin really likes Shadur, but he's also a big fan of Cam Ward too, which is the usual grovel that you usually hear. Coaches usually try not to tip their hands too much. Here's this too, right? So today, the NFL released their yearly report cards on every team, as players would usually vote and stuff, and they grade each team, like the players would grade their own organization based off of a certain criteria. Like, for instance, locker room for the Browns, graded F minus, 31st out of 32 teams. In terms of ownership, C plus. Head coach, a C. Yeah. Players feel that Stefanski is moderately receptive to locker room feedback on the team's needs, ranking him 30th of 32. I can already see where that's going. Yep. We know what's going on there. That dude stayed with Deshaun at quarterback way too long. And after a while, it just started to rub the team the wrong way. Because obviously they're trying to win, and you got a quarterback who looks like he forgot how to play the sport. Meanwhile, Kevin Stefanski, two-time coach of the year, here's the one with him like, yo, Kev, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Or what we're seeing? This dude can't play. He looks like he legit forgot how to play the sport. Why is he still the quarterback? And then he finally went to Jameis, and what do you know? The offense looks functional. Oh, wow. Who saw that coming? Everybody. Daniel Efusi actually quote tweeted his own original tweet talking about those grades with this part right here. That says, and I quote, probably the most damning part of the report card. In addition to issues with their locker room, players expressed concern about poor time management and a lack of culture, accountability, and standards within the organization. Gee, I wonder what the reference is there. I wonder what they're talking about. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, well. At least the ownership was rated not bad, surprisingly. But it is what it is, right? The Browns, I think, didn't really do so well in the report card last year either. But you know what's even funnier? Reading the Bungles one. Oh, here goes Crazy Dog talking about the Bungles again. Ah. Apparently, the Bungles don't even give out 3 meals a day. I was as dumbfounded as you guys probably are right now hearing that. When I first heard it, I was like, huh? They don't give out 3 meals a day? Let me guess, they have a little snack time segment. Okay, guys, snack time. Go get your fruit pouch things, the freaking juice pouches, and your fruit cup. And a little slice of pizza that's like as thick as my thumb. Oh, man. You're still awake. You are up late. I actually did try to stream earlier, but yeah, I watched the beginning part of the stream. This guy loves Cleveland. Yeah, I'm a psychopath. Gotta be a psychopath to watch this freaking garbage ass team. It's in the Cleveland Sports or Operations 2028, which I wish. Daniel, Asia, Johnny Manziel was a con artist. What happened to Money Manziel? Look up the Browns number 22 curse. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that. Yep. Wait, it's funny. A few days ago, I saw on Twitter that apparently the Browns established what they call the Content Creator Committee, Influencer Committee. Yeah, that's what it is. The Influencer Committee. And I only discovered this because another Browns YouTuber that goes by the name. Actually, I'm not going to say his name on here because, yeah, he got roasted by Daryl Ryder, bro. I don't know if you guys have seen him on Twitter or even on YouTube. I guess his name is what? Chef Zay? I guess. Yeah, I said his name. He's a Browns fan, whatever. Who cares? He probably ain't going to see this anyway, especially this late in the stream. Apparently, he was named a member of the Browns Influencer Committee. I'm like, I didn't even know there was an influencer committee. I'm not even really mad that like I'm not a part of it because like I'm not that big of a YouTuber. How would they create a thing like that after a 3-14 season? If you're gonna do that, do it after you make the playoffs, right? Because that's when the fans would be the most hyped, right? But no, they do it after a 3-14 season. I think they did it to distract all of us from the garbage that we just witnessed on the field the last couple months. Never heard of him. I mean, I actually saw he did an interview with Greg Newsome recently. Yeah, that was interesting. I guess, he's more well known for slapping the hell out of a mannequin during his streams. He's got like one of those punching dummy things that you see boxers spar against. And whenever the Browns make a good play, which of course was very rare last year, he would yell and scream like, "Get off the field!" And then, just turn around and clock the hell out of the freaking boxing dummy behind him. It's like, okay. That's pretty much how he went viral and stuff. I guess the Browns players have been like watching his stuff too. Maybe if the Browns spent more time actually studying their opponents and not watching YouTubers, maybe they would be better. That's why they sucked ass. Spending all their damn time watching YouTubers instead of actually studying up on their opponent. Oh my goodness, man. Honestly, I'm kind of too negative. I'm a doomer. That's why I'm not a part of the committee. I'm too much of a doomer. That's all they need. Someone who kind of keeps it real. I'm not one of those sunshine pumpers, right? I'm not one that's like, oh, everything's gonna be fine. No, if anything, I'm a doomer. I'm the doomiest of the doomers. All I freaking say is, oh, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. This team sucks. We're ass. We're gonna lose. It was actually a running gag I used to do for Cavs games. Like when it looked like we were going to lose, I would literally say, "We're going to lose," and then what do you know? The team would come back and they'd win. So he better draft a decent safety. Yeah, I was going to look at our freaking depth chart, but then I got sidetracked. So you look at this depth chart for the Browns, and yeah, they got work to do. Straight up. They got a lot of work to do. Because I'm looking at our safety unit right now. If they played tomorrow, we would legit have 3 active safeties. Grant Delpit, Ronnie Hickman, and for now, Christopher Edmonds. That's it. That's all. Anthony Bell is an RFA, and Rodney McLeod retired. What happened to Juan Thornhill? If you're legit wondering what happened to Juan Thornhill, clearly you haven't been paying attention because Juan Thornhill was released a few days ago. I made a video talking about it. Yeah, I didn't make a video talking about solely that. I talked a little bit about it during a video. Yeah, he was cut. Which, honestly, his fans kind of saw that coming. The writing was on the wall. And the sad part is, I was extremely hyped about that signing too. I was extremely hyped for it. You know? Problem was, he just couldn't get on the field. He couldn't stay on the field because he was always hurt. Remember when Hugh Jackson said if the Browns finish 0-16, We would swim in Lake Erie. This bad PR stunt, just showing how the players don't want to swim in a smelly, radioactive, contaminated lake. And the thing is, they went 1-15 the very next year. Oh no, yeah, they went 1-15. No, I think it was flipped. He said we will not go 1-15, and we went 0-16. Yeah, that's what happened. Because remember, Rays, the Browns were on Hard Knocks the very next season. And they started off Hard Knocks with Hugh Jackson jumping in the lake. Yeah, so you can see why Myles Garrett requested a trade, because he's like, I ain't trying to go through that garbage rebuild crap again. I went through 0-16 as a rookie. I'm not trying to go through that garbage again. The greedy? I don't even know. I'm gonna legit look it up. I have no idea. Last I heard from him, he was on the Eagles, but that was a couple years ago. He's probably out of the league. Yeah, he's not even playing anymore, I don't think. Yeah, I think he's a free agent still. He'll probably get signed by someone to a. He's oh, okay. He's in the, was it the UFL? Yeah, he's with the Brahmas. Okay, well at least he's playing football. That's cool, I guess. Yeah, he's signed with the Brahmas. He signed actually last month. Yeah, January 27th. So that's cool. At least he's going to be on the field playing. Maybe he'll latch on with the team. Wish him the best, though. Again, another guy who just couldn't stay healthy. So, I'm going to wrap this up for real, guys. When it comes to what to expect from this channel during the week, I'm not going to be streaming the combine itself. I'm not that much of a freaking psychopath, right? Out here streaming dudes running in their undies, pretty much, because that's pretty much what they're wearing, right? I'm not gonna be doing that. Nope. I'm not that much of a freaking weirdo for that stuff. But I will be live, of course, for Cavs Celtics on Friday night. And then Saturday, you're going to get a Blue Jackets live stream. Yeah, very rarity these days. Extremely rare on this channel. I'll be doing the Stadium Series. Blue Jackets and Red Wings on Saturday. That'll be fun. Of course, if anything comes out about the Browns, like maybe that MYLES GARRETT extension, or a trade happens, or some rumors come out from free agency or whatever, I'll make a video for it. That's how I do. So, free agency's almost here. Can't freaking wait. I don't know, you can't either, right? Just a reminder, my yearly Browns free agent target video series begins this upcoming Tuesday, March 4th. That's also the same day that the franchise tag deadline ends, which I did that on purpose. So this way, I don't make a video about somebody only to have them get franchise tagged. Right? Because it'd be just a ginormous waste of time and energy. Okay? So yeah, those videos will start coming out on Tuesday. Of course, 5 individual videos. And then at the end, on I believe Sunday, let me do my quick recap math here. Make sure I got it lined up right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, Sunday. And on Sunday, the day before illegal tampering begins, I'll be posting a video talking about 5 more free agent targets for the Cleveland Browns. So that'll bring a total to 10. And then, of course, once legal tampering begins, we get rumors and maybe even some signings. I'll make videos for any rumors or signings that happen. That's what I do. So, until Friday night for Cavs Celtics, unless the Browns or Guardians or Blue Jackets do something. You're not going to see me until then. So, with that being said, guys, I'm Crazy Dog. As always, shout out to everybody who tuned into this. Kind of unhinged. Not as unhinged as the first try. A little bit, you know. Of course, I also had a little problem with OBS as well. I like Luke Lachey, Lackey, Tyler Beatty, Dante Trader, Azzy Trapilo, Luke Kendra, Nazir Stackhouse. Yeah, the only ones I've heard of out of that group are Tyler Batty and Nazir Stackhouse. Unless you talk about Luke Lachey, and then I've heard about him too. But yeah, we need Cody Simon. I mean, he wouldn't be bad. Elijah Arroyo, Denzel Burke, Jacob Parrish, Jalen Noel, late round targets. Okay, didn't mind Denzel Burke. It'd be cool to have two Denzels at corner. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head out, and I will see you guys Friday night if nothing else happens. But if something does happen, you know where I'll be, right here. So with that being said, Tyler Shutt, Caleb Johnson, and DJ Hidden are my QB and running back wants. Look at Ray's telling us all his wants and stuff for the draft. Look at that. How about that? Yeah. So I will see you guys Friday night. That being said, I'm Crazy Dog. As always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that bell. And I hope to see you guys over the coming weeks and stuff as free agency starts up. And then eventually we got the draft. And yes, I will be doing draft content, especially for those top 30 visits, which the first one will actually be this Tuesday with Shadur. That's been confirmed by Shadur himself via the Well Off Media YouTube page, which is run by his brother, Little Darius Sanders Jr. Little Dion. Dion. Okay. I did 20 mock drafts already. I'm tired. 20? Damn. You're as much of a mock draft freak as I've seen out here, man. Damn, 20? Hey, yo, take a break, brother. Let the Browns' future. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out before things get unhinged. I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go, Browns. See you guys Friday night. Unless something happens before then. Okay? Go, Browns. I'm out. Bye bye. Yeah. Pose up on me, man.